To be welcomed into this part of the world by being involved in such an intricate project that actually deals with cultural issues and historical issues within the context of the country you're coming from, having the opportunity to express what that object or artifact means to you as an individual and to your culture, it's a great way of saying, welcome to Northern Ireland. These are our museums.
So Inclusive Global Histories is National Museums Northern Ireland's commitment to decolonisation, inclusion and diversity. And really at its heart, it's about addressing racism and social exclusion. So the exhibition does that in two ways. It celebrates cultural diversity, but it also looks at our more challenging past as well, and in terms of the museum's role in that challenging past in regards to unethical acquisitions, for example, or misinterpreting Indigenous communities around the world. And that's something that we're trying to address. Global Voices, Local Choices has been a marvellous project for National Museums Northern Ireland. It's helped us to connect with partners and really kind of build a network of partners and local museums and national museums that can all come together under the one theme of trying to decolonise museums. And that's helped us to build strength and confidence really in doing this type of work.
As Community Engagement Officer on Global Voices Local Choices, my role was to manage the delivery of the project. So we had 3 key partners. We had 5 local museums and 1 national museum with 6 curators involved, 6 groups, community groups across Northern Ireland, nearly 10 professional creative facilitators. National Museums Northern Ireland hold a collection of over 4,500 objects that are from the rest of the world. We call it the World Cultures Collection. So to present it in the museum in a more culturally sensitive way, it requires a bit of research and involving people from those cultures.
It's great for an organization like ours to be able to open the way for people to participate. We have a shared exhibition space, but we would like your input in terms of, are we exhibiting these artifacts sensitively from an onlooker's point of view? Or are we exhibiting these artifacts accurately? Is our description of them accurate? What is the history that we may not know about these artifacts?
It was actually a really lovely time going to the Ulster Museum, and I think they had about 6 or 8 artifacts laid out. We all got to vote for what we wanted, and the majority chose a displaced basket from somewhere in North America. They're not sure where. And we got to create an exhibition surrounding that. I think the fact that it was displaced, we didn't know where it was from, where home was for this basket. It got me thinking a lot about what home is. What does it mean to be home? And the conclusion for me was, as long as I'm home within myself, because the basket, it doesn't care whether it's displaced, because it's beautiful the way it is. It's made me feel like Carrick is my home even more. I come down with the kids and they play, and we get to do the tour of the museum and see whatever exhibition they have on. My kids were so excited. They were like, you're going to the museum tonight. So I think they're going to grow up having respect and excitement for museums, which is something that I didn't until I was an adult. So
we all recognise that there's a lot of work to be done in terms of decolonisation and building inclusive, better communities that are more representative of the diversity that we have around us. So we see this as a first step on a long journey that we're eager to take. The NI Museums Council was really a facilitator within the programme, connecting the dots between underrepresented communities in our locality, National Museums and ACSONI, facilitating the programme, providing support at the various sessions, and working with our local museum partners to make the most of what is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate our diversity and to make sure that our local museums are seen as a welcoming space.
It's an incredibly important project and one that I would really like to see continue in some shape or form.
So to be able to come to Northern Ireland and meet people at a time like now who are saying, no, let's change how we do, let's change how we approach things, let's be more inclusive. That just at a personal level means a lot to me. So I'm delighted by the authenticity that I've seen in the people that I've come across. The curators themselves, they've sat back and said, no, we can't claim we know all these things about different cultures. So we are going to recognize the expertise of these people that would otherwise be considered ordinary. So to me, that means a lot. It looks forward to a good future for museums and for communities and people that come to settle here.